So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 7, Text 17. Bhavatang api bhuyan me yadi shraddha dhate vacha Vaisaradidhi Shraddhadhata Vaisaradidhi Shraddhata Strivalanang Chame Yatha Bhavatang api bhuyan me Yadi Shraddhadhate vacha Vaisaradidhi Shraddhata Strivalanang Chame Yatha Bhavatang api bhuyan me Yadi Shraddhadhate vacha Vaisaradidhi Shraddhata Strivalanang Chame Yatha Bhavatam, of yourself, api, also, bhuyat, it may be, may, of me, yadi, if, shraddhadhate, you believe in, Vachaha, the words, Vaisaradi, of the most expert, are in relation with the Supreme Lord. Dhi, intelligence. Shraddhataha, because of firm faith. Stri, of women. Balanam, of small boys. Cha, also. Me, of me. Yatha, just as. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, H.H Bhakti Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, if you can place your faith in my words, simply by that faith, you can also understand transcendental knowledge. Just like me, although you are small children. Similarly, a woman can also understand transcendental knowledge and know what is spirit and what is matter. Purport. These words of Prahlad Maharaj are very important in regard to knowledge descending by the disciplic succession. Even when Prahlad Maharaj was a baby within the womb of his mother, he became fully convinced of the existence of the Supreme Power because of hearing the powerful instructions of Narada and understood how to attain perfection in life by Bhakti Yoga. These are the most important understandings in spiritual knowledge. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite kathita yartha prakasante mahatmana. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master, all the imports of Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. Shvetasattara Upanishad 6.23. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahya indriyai sevan mukhe jihado swayam eva spuratyada. No one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-2-3-4. Bhaktyamang abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvata tato mang tattvato jnatva visate tadanantaram. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18:55. These are Vedic instructions. One must have full faith in the words of the spiritual master and similar faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the real knowledge of Atma and Paramatma and the distinction between matter and spirit will be automatically revealed. This Atma Tattva or spiritual knowledge will be revealed within the core of a devotee's heart because of his having taken shelter of the lotus feet of a Mahajan such as Prahlad Maharaj. In this verse, the word Bhuyat may be understood to mean let there be. Prahlad Maharaj offers his blessings to his class friends, saying, also become faithful like me. Become bona fide Vaishnavas. A devotee of the Lord desires for everyone to take to Krishna consciousness. Unfortunately, however, people sometimes do not have staunch faith in the words of the spiritual master, who comes by the disciplic succession, and therefore they are unable to understand transcendental knowledge. The spiritual master must be in the line of authorized disciplic succession, like Prahlad Maharaj, who received the knowledge from Narada. If the class friends of Prahlad Maharaj, the sons of the demons, were to accept the truth through Prahlad, they would certainly also become fully aware of transcendental knowledge. The words Vaisaradi Dhi refer to intelligence concerning the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is extremely expert. The Lord has created wonderful universes by his expert knowledge. Unless one is extremely expert, he cannot understand the expert management of the Supreme Expert. One can understand, however, if one is fortunate enough to meet a bona fide spiritual master coming in the disciplic succession from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Mother Lakshmi, or the Kumaras. These four sampradayas are disciplic succession of knowledge, and transcendence are called the Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya. Jai Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, Sri Sri Krishna Balaram, Sri Sri Radha Syan Sundaral Devasika Devi ki Jai. Sampradaya Vihinaye mantraste nispala mataha. The knowledge of the Supreme received from such a sampradaya or disciplic succession can give one enlightenment. If one does not take to the path of disciplic succession, it is not possible for one to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one understands the Supreme Lord through devotional service with faith in the disciplic succession, and then advances further, he awakens his natural love for God, and then his success in life is assured. भवतांग अपि भूयान में यदि श्रद्धते वच वैशारदीधि श्रद्धात स्त्री बालां च मे यथा. So here in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, while instructing to his classmates about devotional service to Krishna, and specifically he is describing his own experience, how he attained this pure devotional service to Krishna. As we have heard in the previous verse, the classmates of Prahlad Maharaj, having heard the importance of devotional service in human form of life, they had asked a question to Prahlad Maharaj that how did he get this knowledge of devotional service? Though he was born in the family of demons, like other classmates, still, how did he get this transcendental knowledge? Then Prahlad Maharaj was explaining to his classmates actually how did he receive this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni. Narada Muni, who is coming in disciplic succession from Lord Brahma, he is second in Brahma Sampradaya. The Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, in which Sampradaya we are all coming. So Narada Muni is our Acharya in Brahma Sampradaya, which is coming from Brahma. So, Prahlad Maharaj, he is explaining to the classmates that actually he directly received this knowledge from Narada Muni. But Prahlad Maharaj was not very old. He was only 5 years old boy. And how did he receive this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni? So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that when he was in the womb of his mother, when his mother was kidnapped by the demigods, headed by Indra, and Narad Muni rescued his mother from the hands of the demigods, and his mother was staying in the ashram of Narad Muni and serving Narad Muni. So at that time, Narad Muni gave these instructions to his mother, and Prahlad Maharaj, while staying in the womb of his mother, he actually heard those instructions from Narada Muni. And in this way, he received this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni. So here, the question arises that Prahlad Maharaj, just by hearing from Narada Muni while he was in the womb of his mother, when his senses are not developed, still he could remember the transcendental instructions of Narada Muni, whereas his mother, who was a grown-up woman and who was directly receiving this knowledge from Narada Muni, she could not remember the transcendental instructions, or she did not become a staunch devotee of the Lord. So here in the previous verse, Prahlad Maharaj explains this, that his mother, she could not remember kalasya dirghatvat, because there is a long time has passed when she got this instruction from Narada Muni. She has forgotten those instructions. And stritva, stritvan matus tirodhate. And because also she is a woman, that's why she could not remember all those instructions. And this is natural. Because Prahlad Maharaj in this verse gives the reason that how one can receive this transcendental knowledge from a bona fide spiritual master. There is a process of receiving this transcendental knowledge. This transcendental knowledge is given to so many people. So many people are also hearing, but not everyone is getting that transcendental knowledge or assimilating it within their heart. So what is the reason? Though the same instruction is given, but why everyone is not getting that knowledge? Like when a teacher in a school teaches to the students, he speaks the same thing to everyone, but not all the students receive that knowledge equally. So that depends upon the individual. Individual's faith, Shraddha. So here, today's verse, Prahlad Maharaj is pointing it out, that how one can receive this transcendental knowledge. Unless one has Shraddha, faith, Shraddha sabde vishwas kahe sudrudha nischay. Shraddha means faith. So unless there is faith in the words of the spiritual master, unless there is faith in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then one cannot receive this knowledge even if he hears. So that makes the difference, that one should have faith on the words of the spiritual master. So here that's a Prahlad Maharaj says, Bhavatang api bhuyan me yadi shraddhadhate bacha. That, my dear friends, if you have faith on my words, so he is giving importance to the faith. And that was the reason why Prahlad Maharaj's mother could not remember. Because generally, Prahlad Maharaj's mother was in great anxiety that time. When she was kidnapped by the demigods, and Narad Muni fortunately rescued her, she was in great anxiety. In that condition of anxiety, one cannot receive transcendental knowledge. She was in so much anxiety, even she did not want to give birth to her child immediately or in normal course of time. She did not like that because she was thinking that if I will give birth to my child, the demigods should come and kill my child. So Prahlad Maharaj's mother Kayadhu was in great anxiety to save the child. Though she was not so much anxiety for her own life, because that is the sacrifice the mothers make. They can give up their own life, but they want to protect their child, their children. In Kali Yuga, it is a little bit different. Now the mothers protect their own life, they are killing their own children. This is happening. But the real mothers, they want to give up their own life to protect their own children. So Prahlad Maharaj's mother was in great anxiety. That's why she actually wanted a boon from Narad Muni, that she can give birth to her child whenever she desires. And she actually desired to give birth to her child when Hiranyakasipu would come back from austerity. So that means Hiranyakasipu would protect her and her child. That's why she wanted this boon from Narad Muni. So though she was serving Narad Muni because she was obliged to Narad Muni, she was very grateful to Narad Muni. Narad Muni saved her embryo. So she was serving Narad Muni, and Narad Muni was very much pleased with her. And Narad Muni could know that the child in the womb of this woman Kayadhu is not an ordinary child. He was a great devotee of the Lord. That's why Narad Muni had told the demigods that you would not be able to kill this child. Even if Kayadhu gives birth to this child, you would not be able to kill him because he is Ananta Anuchara Bali. He is an associate of Lord Ananta, Lord Hari. And he is very powerful. So you will not be able to kill him. So that means Prahlad Maharaj, how could Narad Muni know? He had not even given this instruction to Prahlad Maharaj yet. Prahlad Maharaj has not received this instruction from Narad Muni, but Narad Muni has already told the demigods that he is Ananta Anuchara Bali. He is an associate of the Lord. And he is very powerful, you would not be able to kill him. That means Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord even before coming to the womb of his mother. Otherwise, how would Narad Muni know this thing? So that's why it has been described in Nrsimha Purana that Prahlad Maharaj was actually a doorkeeper of Vaikuntha. Like Jaya Vijaya, they were doorkeeper of Vaikuntha and they were cursed by the Kumaras. So they came to this material world, became demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And this Prahlad Maharaj was also doorkeeper of Vaikuntha. His name was Sumukha. And once he stopped the demigods, when demigods came to see Lord Vishnu, he was the doorkeeper, so he stopped the demigods. He actually very respectfully, not like Jaya Vijaya. Jaya Vijaya were very adamant. So when the Kumaras entered, or trying to enter the seventh door, that means the Kumaras had already surpassed 6 doors of Vaikuntha. The doorkeepers did not stop him. In the 7th door, Jaya Vijaya stopped the Kumaras. They blocked the way with their mess. You cannot enter. But Sumukha was not like that. He was very respectful to the demigods. And he requested the demigods that, my dear demigods, please you all sit here, please wait. I am going to the Lord and get his permission, then you can go and get darshan of the Lord. So he was very respectful to the demigods. But Lord Vishnu did not like this. Lord Vishnu is so affectionate to his devotees. Because the Lord is very Bhakta Vatsal. Vatsal means priya, very dear. The devotees are very dear to the Lord. So when devotees are coming to meet the Lord does not want anyone should obstruct them on the way. The Lord does not like that. So when Sumukha kept the demigods waiting to get darshan of the Lord did not like this. So the demigods did not curse Sumukha. But the Lord himself told Sumukha that you have committed a mistake by stopping the demigods at the door, at the gate. So you have to go down to the material world, but not as a demon, but as a devotee. You can keep the same devotion to me, but for this offense you have to go down to the material world for some time. So Sumukha came down and took shelter in the womb of Kayad. That's why Narad Muni knew this. He said he is Ananta Anusara Bali. So anyway, so when Narad Muni instructed Prahlad Maharaj in the womb, Prahlad Maharaj had strong faith in Narad Muni and he grasped that knowledge while in the womb of his mother. And he could remember that. Whereas Kayadu could not grasp that knowledge because she was in great anxiety. She could not develop full faith, Shraddha. And as a woman, she also forgot because of long time and she was in anxiety, so that was natural for her. So here in this verse, Prahlad Maharaj says, Bhaktan ang api bhuyan me yadi shraddha dhate vachaha. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear friends, if you have strong faith on my words, then you please hear me. let there be Shraddha, strong faith. Actually, how this strong faith comes? That is the mercy of the sadhu or the spiritual master. Like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is all merciful. He wants to give His mercy to everyone. In the same way, His devotees, Lord's devotees are also all merciful, even more merciful than the Lord. That's why they want to deliver the fallen conditioned souls of this world. That's why they want to give this transcendental knowledge to the fallen conditions of this conditioned souls of this world, so they will be delivered from these clutches of birth, old age, disease and death. They can get out of the suffering of this material world. That is the desire of the great souls. So here we see that when Narad Muni gave this instruction to Prahlad Maharaj, actually his target was Prahlad Maharaj when he was giving instruction. Kayadhu was not the main target. So, Narad Muni gave his blessings to Prahlad Maharaj. And because of Narad Muni's blessings, Prahlad Maharaj could assimilate this transcendental knowledge while in the womb of his mother. In the same way, now Prahlad Maharaj is giving his blessings to his classmates who are the sons of the demons. There is no hope for them, those who are sons of the demons. But Prahlad Maharaj is giving blessings to these sons of the demons. That bhuyat, let there be. The word is used here, bhuyat. And this word is very important. Let there be what? Shraddha. Because it is very difficult for the sons of the demons to develop Shraddha for transcendental knowledge. That's why Prahlad Maharaj gave his blessings to these sons of the demons to develop Shraddha in his words. So this blessing is actually coming in the disciplic succession. Because the Lord wants the conditioned souls to be delivered, so the Lord gives His blessings, and the great souls in disciplic succession, they also want the same thing. So Narad Muni wanted Prahlad Maharaj to assimilate this knowledge. Prahlad Maharaj wanted his classmates to assimilate this knowledge. So this is the way the transcendental knowledge comes down through disciplic succession. So in the same way, we see Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya. He also desired. He wanted to give these blessings to the whole world. Srila Prabhupada was staying in Vrindavan, but he left Vrindavan, whereas other sadhus, they don't want to leave Vrindavan. But Prabhupada gave up his own happiness. He wanted to deliver the whole world by giving this Krishna consciousness. And he had received the order of his Guru Maharaj. And this was not only the order of his Guru Maharaj, this was also the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted that Prithivite Achajata Nagaradigram Sarvatra Prachar Haive Marana. Let there be, in every town and village, my holy name be spread. That was the desire, that was the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And those who are coming in the disciplic succession of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they had the same desire, and that was fulfilled by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada fulfilled the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutam. Rupa Goswami fulfilled through Prabhupada. So Prabhupada gave this blessing to the whole world to develop Shraddha in this transcendental knowledge of Krishna, in this Krishna consciousness movement. So some devotees asked Srila Prabhupada in Western countries, they asked Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada, we are born in a Mlecha country. Mlecha means those who do not follow Vedic civilization. So the devotees asked Prabhupada that we are born in a country which has no idea of Vedic civilization. And it must be that we must have so much sinful activities in our previous lifetime that we have taken birth in this Mlecha country. Then how is it that we have developed some Shraddha? Because we have no Ajnata Sukruti. Because generally we say when someone has Ajnata Sukruti, then he meets a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, a sadhu, and gets this transcendental knowledge. So the devotees asked Prabhupada that we had no Ajnata Sukruti. We are all sinful people, taken birth in this Mlecha country. Then how is it that we came to Krishna consciousness without any Ajnata Sukruti? So Srila Prabhupada replied that though you have no Ajnata Sukruti, means unknown pious activity, Bhakti Unmukhi Sukruti, but I have created your Ajnata Sukruti. So this is the power of a sadhu, power of a great devotee. He can create Ajnata Sukruti for someone. That is the blessings of a sadhu. And when one gets that blessings of the sadhu, that great devotee, then the Shraddha develops in his words. Where the sadhu gives Shraddha, because he has received that Shraddha from his spiritual master. So here in this case, Prahlad Maharaj has developed Shraddha in this transcendental knowledge because he has received from Narada Muni. And the same Shraddha he is giving to his classmates. Because he wants that his classmates should develop Shraddha in his teachings, so they can become devotees of Krishna and get rid of this cycle of birth and death, get rid of the suffering of this material world. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Bhavatang api bhuyan me yadi shraddhate vacha. So if you have Shraddha, firm faith on my words, then what will happen? Vaisharadhi. You will attain Vaisharadhi. Dhi means intelligence. And Vaisharadhi, it comes from word Visarada. Visarada means expert, who is very expert. And who is the most expert person in this creation. Who is the most expert person? The Supreme Lord Krishna. He has so expertly created this material universe. He has so expertly created all these arrangements for the living entities. We cannot even think of. When we want to create, the so-called scientists, they want to create something materially, they make a big mess. Because they are not expert. They don't know what will be the reaction, what will be the result. But the Lord's creation is so expertly done that there is no mess. It is all automatically adjusted in Lord's creation. Nature adjusts everything. So here, this Vaisaradi, means the intelligence related to Visarada, the most expert person, Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj says that if you develop faith on my words, then you will develop intelligence related to Krishna. That is the real intelligence. That means you will be able to understand who is Krishna, who are you, and what is your relationship with Krishna. What is Atma, what is Anatma. What is the spirit soul and what is matter. You will be able to understand everything. That is Vaisaradi. You become expert in distinguishing between matter and spirit. And then, Stri Valanang Chame Yatha. Then, Prahlad Maharaj is expecting some objection. Okay, you are telling to have faith on your words, but we are children. How children can have strong faith on the words of his classmate to develop transcendental knowledge? Where the tendency of children is, generally, they want to play. Children, they like to play. They think playing is their goal of life. They don't know anything else. And to divert children from playing to transcendental knowledge is not very easy thing. But it is possible when a pure devotee gives his blessings to those children. Like Prahlad Maharaj, he is offering his blessings to his classmates to develop faith on his words. So that we see, Prahlad Maharaj is the example himself. He developed faith in the words of Narada Muni. Or someone may say, okay, Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb. He had not seen the material world, so he was not attracted to material sense objects. So he became attracted from the womb. But we have another example, Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj also received this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni. He was also a child, but still he received this transcendental knowledge from Narada Muni. That's why Prabhupada also wanted in all over the world there should be ISKCON Gurukuls. So ISKCON children should be trained up into this transcendental knowledge from their very childhood in the Gurukul. That was the idea. That is actually the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He wanted to give this knowledge from the very childhood to the children. And then someone may say, okay, Prahlad Maharaj's mother Kayadu could not receive this knowledge properly. Then what about other women, can they receive this transcendental knowledge? Then Prahlad Maharaj says, yes. If they develop Shraddha, they can also receive this transcendental knowledge. Kayadhu's case was different. She was in different situation. So if women also develop Shraddha, they can also receive this transcendental knowledge. Then the example is Mother Devahuti. Mother Devahuti developed Shraddha in the instruction of her own son Kapil Dev, who was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she took that opportunity to ask questions to Lord Kapil Dev to receive this transcendental knowledge. And she did receive the transcendental knowledge from Lord Kapil Dev. So this transcendental knowledge is not restricted to some people. It is open for everyone. Only thing that we have to approach a bona fide sadhu. The sadhus are available, different kinds of sadhus. But we cannot approach any kind of sadhu. Nowadays in Kali Yuga, one will be misled very easily. Because nowadays people, they just put some saffron cloth, grow their hair, grow their mustache, and they become sadhu. And people think, oh, this is sadhu's dress. Okay, he must be a sadhu. But we don't know in sadhu's dress, he may be a ruffian. He may be a great cheater. That's why Prabhupada Maharaj tells in the purport that one should approach a bona fide sadhu. And who is a bona fide sadhu? Sadhu means devotee, devotee of Krishna. If someone is not a devotee of Krishna, he is not a sadhu, even if he is wearing saffron cloth. And even there are so many people, they say we are devotee of Krishna, but they don't follow any rules and regulations. There are so many people like that. They will say Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna, but no rules, regulations. They don't follow. That's why there are 4 bona fide sampradayas in this age of Kali. So one will never be misled. In Padma Puran it has been stated, Atha Kalau Bhavishanti Chatvara Sampradayana Sri Brahma Rudra Sanaka Vaishnava Khiti Pavana. There are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumar Sampradaya. These 4 Sampradayas will deliver the whole world in this age of Kali. So we are all coming in Brahma Sampradaya. And there are other 3 Sampradayas, also bona fide Sampradaya. But this Brahma Sampradaya has become now Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually assimilated the essence of all other Sampradayas and brought the essence of all other Sampradayas to this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So those who receive knowledge in this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, they will attain all the essence of all other Sampradayas in this Sampradaya only. In that respect, we are very fortunate to accept this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, and we are very, very fortunate to accept Srila Prabhupada as our founder Acharya of this institution and Shiksha Guru for the whole world. We are actually very, very grateful to Srila Prabhupada Maharaj, who is also coming in disciplic succession of Prahlad Maharaj, Narad Muni. They are all great Mahajans. So anyone who has strong faith in the words of Srila Prabhupada, Sri Prahlad Maharaj, Sri Narad Muni, naturally they will get this transcendental knowledge and their life will be successful. Hare Krishna. Are there any comments, questions? Okay.
Hare so we are so much fortunate that Prabhupada gave us everything. And just by seeing Prabhupada or by looking to his devotees, many of them became devoted by just seeing Prabhupada and seeing his. This is the opportunity that Kali Yuga that Lord has given us this opportunity to serve Krishna in a right manner, in a right sampradaya.
Yeah. This is the mercy actually Prabhupada is spreading through his devotees and yes.
No scientist can compare.
Yeah.
All the system is going, all the things are so nicely
Yeah.
assembled. Everything is going on.
And if we,
Going in,
yeah.
it's all being magically going.
Everything is expertly arranged within.
The body every day. I was so great.
We are very grateful to Krishna. Yes.
I wanted to know, as written here in commentary to Sampradaya Medina, Nishkala, Mantras. So, in which category our Jagannath Puri temple falls? Is it in any Sampradaya house? I heard in lecture and read once Ramanujacharya was there in Jagannath Puri and he was not happy with the offerings going there with pandas. And one night Jagannath, Lord Jagannath throw them in a Shiva unsatisfied with all these pandas. So what is the remedy?
Actually, Lord Jagannath was installed by the head of our Sampradaya, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma himself came from Brahmaloka to install the deity of Lord Jagannath in Jagannath temple. And Lord Brahma also gave the process of worship. So in that respect, actually this is coming in our Sampradaya. Because our Sampradaya head, Lord Brahma, initiated this. But in due course of time, different kings took over, and then there was the interference of Shankaracharya. So there are so many changes took place in due course of time. But the core worship, this is not known to everyone, but actually the core type of worship is done to Lord Jagannath, that is Krishna worship. And in Krishna mantra, when everything is offered to Jagannath, The mantra is like we are using the same mantra in our temples, Krishna mantra. Gopal mantra, they are using the same thing. And all these rituals also in the same way going on. It does not come in any sampradaya externally, but we can understand.
The destination was connected with the Jagannath temple, Jagannath Puri. When it is mentioned that their worship will be Nishpala.
No, the mantra they use is our mantra. The mantra we are using, Gopal mantra, they are using in worshiping Krishna, Jagannath. Same mantra. Because this is given by Lord Brahma. Though they don't accept any sampradaya, because so many interference are there in due course of time. So they don't proclaim that we are the same Brahma Sampradaya or Gaudiya Sampradaya. They don't proclaim that. But we can understand that Brahma installed Jagannath and the mantra was given by Lord Brahma. The same mantra we are worshipping to the Lord, the same mantra they are also using in Jagannath's worship. So we can understand that the same sampradaya, but they may not accept that. Because the smartha things are there. So much smartha interference is there. Brahminical interference. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.